Okay, we are starting chapter 3, and this is kind of a classic statistics section. If you refer back to all of your PowerPoints and so forth and look, we're talking about the mean, the median, the mode, and then in the next section we'll be talking about standard deviation and variance. These are things that when I've always heard the word statistics, these are things that just come to mind to me. But I'm going to show you how to work these problems with the calculator, with StatCrunch, and with Excel. And of course, they all basically do what you need in a various different way. I'm going to do the calculator. I've already put the data in the calculator. That is the most time-consuming part of the calculator, is inputting data. And so that's one of the joys of what we already see with the StatCrunch and Excel. We can just pop it in and we don't have to actually input it ourselves. And you can save files with Excel, and so you don't have to clear it out. You can keep it if you wanted it. All right, well, let's look at this. We want the mean, the median, the mode, and the mid-range, and then we'll answer some questions. Mid-range is something that none of these will do, but let's talk about what the mean is. The mean is the average. The median is the one in the middle, and if you have two in the middle, you have to average those. And the mode is the most frequent. It is the one that occurs the most. And the mid-range is the smallest one plus the largest one divided by 2, or the minimum value plus the maximum value divided by 2. So we want to apply this. How did I get that data in? I went to Stat, and if your list wasn't clear, you'd need to clear it first, and then you hit Edit. Edit's highlighted, and then you want Edit under Edit. And then I actually physically type that data in, and it's here. We want the mean, but once you get this data in, you want to hit second and quit because you don't want it calculating inside of that table. So then I'm going to go to Stat. I'm going to move over this time to Calculate. One variable, stats, that's what I want. And my list is L1. You don't have a frequency list. Let's leave it blank and see what it does. It gave it to me. We didn't have a frequency list. When you're using two lists and one's like for the weight, then you'll use the frequency list. Okay, so now X bar is what the mean is. That's the sum of the x's. The next one, sigma x squared, is each x squared and added up. S of x is the standard deviation for the sample, and sigma x is the proposed standard deviation of the population. N is the number of entries. The minimum value, minimum x, quartile 1, and we'll talk about what quartiles mean as we progress. The median is 180. The third quartile, we have the maximum number. If you keep scrolling, it's supposed to give you the minimum x. It's minimum x, quartile 1, median, quartile 3, and the maximum. That's what we'll learn more about later on as being called the 5-number summary. Okay, but right now, what are we looking for? We're looking for the mean, that is X bar, 187.5. So I'm going to type that in. The median. Well, they gave me the median. If we scroll on down a little bit more, the median is given. The median is 180. Okay, the mode. With the calculator, you're not given the mode. But if I go back to Stat, and I want to sort this data, so I'm going to hit 2. and I want to sort list 1. So that's second and the number 1, and it brings up L1. Okay, now if I go back to Stat and Edit, I can see my data. If it's in order, it's usually much easier to see the repeats. And we see that 170 is really repeated numerous times. So we would say that 170 is the mode. It is the most frequent. It's the most popular number there. Okay, the mid-range. It's not going to give me the mid-range. But I realize that my lowest value is 170 and my highest is 255. So I'm going to quit from the table and I want to add the lowest plus the highest and then divide that by 2. Okay. Or I could have started with a parenthesis and said 170 plus 255 and then divided by 2. Your calculator knows the order of operations. So if I put it in as 170 plus 255 divided by 2, notice I don't get the right answer because it does, my dear Aunt Sally, it did that division before it added. And the formula is to add before you divide. So the correct answer is 212.5. Okay, now we will try to answer all of these questions here that we have. See if we can make this so that we can see it all. I'm just going to downsize the calculator so I can make it because I'm basically through with the calculator for this problem. All right, let's see what does it say. Says, what do the results tell us about the population of celebrities? Well, let's read it one more time before we actually do anything about this. Still not liking what I'm seeing. Let me get it. Okay, let's finish up this question. What do the results tell us about the population of all celebrities? The results tell us that all celebrities are expected to have amounts of net worth approximately equal to one of the measures of center found. But now keep in mind what this actually is. These are the highest amounts. These are the people that are making the most. Okay? So it's in everybody, just those that are making the most. The results tell us that the most common celebrity network is the mode, but all other celebrities are expected to have the net worth approximately equal to the mean, the median, or the mid-range. Well, that's hard when you're not in the top group to equal them. Apart from the fact that all other celebrities have amounts of net worth lower than those given, the results in parts A, B, and D do not give meaningful results. However, the result in C shows that the most common celebrity net worth is equal to the mode. Apart from the fact that all celebrities have amounts of net worth lower than those given, all the others do. This is lower. That sounds more correct. Nothing meaningful can be gained because that's the top. It's not a good sample of all celebrities. It's just the top. Based on the nature of the amounts, what can be inferred about their precision? Well, the values are all whole numbers, so they appear to be accurate to the nearest whole number. Well, they are all whole numbers, but let's look a little bit further. Since celebrity information is public, these values can be assumed to be unrounded. That's not true. The values all end in 0 and 5. Well, that looks good. So they appear to be rounded estimates. And D, just see what it says. Since no information is given, nothing can be said about the precision of the given values. I like the one with the 0 and 5 ending. So that appears to be rounded estimates. And check your answer. Okay.